Okay. Welcome back, guys. Starting the stream off. Just waiting for everybody to get on board. I've just shared the links. I figured out how to finally share the link before I start the stream. Sorry about the delay. I was supposed to start the stream at 7 o'clock actually, but I had a bit of an issue I need to solve and quite a few other bits and bobs. So I'm just going to wait for everybody to jump on. While they do, I'm going to browse a little bit. Oh, sure. Going on. Have a look. Ethereum document raises 1.9 via NFT. Okay, cool. On mirror is what? Let's have a little read at this. This is about on mirror. What is mirror? Oh, mirror protocol. Aha, I see. So this is mirror protocol. So they raised some money talking about the Ethereum infinite garden. Okay, I know. I'll have a little read later on. Have a little look and see what's going on here. Elon Musk to talk Bitcoin with Jack Dorsey at the B Word conference. Let's see what happens. I mean, Elon Musk recently just changed his Twitter profile picture and he put what do you call this? He put what's it called? The Dogecoin. Yeah, he put the Dogecoin thingy basically on it. So now he's got the Dogecoin sunglasses. Apparently, that's what he's doing. I mean, crypto game Axie Infinity, insane. I mean, just rocketed to $84 million in 1 month. It's just unbelievable. So very good growth for it. I did not buy the IEO, basically, whatever, the initial exchange offering. It did have a little round. I didn't buy it. It's just another game one. Normally, what I've noticed with the game tokens, like TLM and this and that, a few others as well, apart from Engine, they usually during launch they pump quite a bit and then kind of dump. So that was the only thing I saw there. So anyway, let's see what happens. South China Morning Post to turn its first drafts of history into NFT. I thought China hates crypto. I won't talk about it anymore. Dogecoin fan sues Coinbase over false and misleading sweepstakes. That's another interest. So definitely, this is really cool. 5 million class action. So this is latest news basically. Deliberately concealed a free entry option in its trade Doge win Doge contest. Look at that. So they had some contest basically. So they got a $5 million class action lawsuit against crypto. That's the FUD we should be talking about, not the other kind of stuff. Well, this is really good. In the complaint filed in San Francisco federal court, David Yuski says he paid $100 to enter Coinbase's trade Doge win Doge contest, which the company launched in June shortly after adding the cryptocurrency to its exchange. Yuski says he wouldn't have paid if Coinbase had clearly disclosed there was another way to enter the contest, namely by mailing in a 3x5 index card for participants. Oh my day. Look at that. This is the kind of level of manipulation. I mean, obviously it's a scam. So God knows how many people they collected $100 from. Imagine they have 56 million users at this present moment. So if everybody paid $100, that's like almost $500 million they could. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of crazy. I'm sure it's just in United Kingdom. In the USA. I doubt it's going to be in like UK or anything like this. What's the other issues? The 10 public companies with biggest Bitcoin portfolios. We can have a look at that. What's the point? We probably know most of them. Catherine Colley. Okay, Catherine Colley. This is quite funny. Catherine Colley. One of my customer, he actually used to be this lady's boss. So he bumped into me so he's a regular guy. I see him quite a bit. And he bumped into me the other day and he said, you've got to send a message to Catherine and I'll show you what I mean. Oh, here. Let's do, it's going to be insane. Let's go to messages. I'll show you what I mean. This is Catherine Coley and this is the message he sent. So he sent this from my Twitter. I said, hi Kat, I ran into an old friend of yours, Paul Merslane. He said, say hi to Kat, he's very proud of you. This used to be her boss, right? So this used to be Catherine's boss basically. They're quite cool. I mean, she's got a nice, she's the CEO of Binance USA. which is pretty awesome. So yeah, I mean, it was quite funny. He said that he sent the message from myself. Okay, hi bro, welcome to the chat, man. Welcome. So yeah, that's what was going on. So quite cool. Okay, UK's local currencies are going crypto. Okay, fine. Local currencies, Brixton pound, like the Brixton pound and Bristol pound fade. So basically, you got loads of scams coming out calling it the Brixton pound and what. Obviously, these are scam coins, so I wouldn't really bother too much about it. Cardano, I mean, Alonso rollout brings the protocol, smart contract protocol to Cardano. So we should be seeing a lot of rollouts. In fact, I think there's 100 companies who are already interested in launching smart contracts. So we'll see what happens with Bitcoin. Right. Okay, this is quite good. Why Singapore and Switzerland are competing to give crypto a home. So basically, we do know that these are the two very crypto-friendly countries, and they want to be known as a crypto-friendly crypto country. Guys, Switzerland obviously is one of the number one for having a lot of decentralized protocols, a lot of stuff on there already. So we'll see where that goes. We don't need to see. Still the best in 2021. Okay, there's a photo of this. Oh yeah, that's a good news, and I'll show you this a little bit as well. So Bitcoin down 10%, Ethereum down 10% for the past 7 days. So we'll talk about this. Okay, Bitcoin miner Iris Energy plans to raise $200 million, right? $200 million, and then launching on Nasdaq, and we're still bearish. Crazy, it's crazy. So Robinhood is obviously what they're going to do is they're going to warn all the investors, everybody on their plan, we expect to drop. So everyone dumps and they short the market and they make some money. Simple as that. This is pure institutional manipulation. There's no point talking about this. Millionaires regulated sector. Okay, Binance business as usual. So this is what I wanted to show you. Binance, where was I? Down here, Binance. So Binance just burnt another 390 million US dollars worth of BNB. This is the total number of BNB they just burnt. And yeah, for them it's just business as usual. Just business as usual. You know, they don't really give a damn. ARK Invest, you can see another company, they just bought another $54 million in, Square, the app, up for that, and they're a crypto company. So this is what's going on. A lot of crazy stuff is going on. Alibaba brings it to Chinese, and I thought they hate crypto. Doesn't make it. This is his Doge eyes, right? Or earlier. So a lot of crazy stuff going on. Let's move straight into the coin market cap and have a look. Let's refresh, see what's going on, and let me have a look, see if there's any questions or anything on the chat. No, there's no question. That's fine. I don't even know how many people. Doesn't really. No. Coin market cap. The volume is still, like the global volume is still holding at a similar rate that we had yesterday. I think we had $58 billion yesterday. We're at 56 today, 2 billion less. The market cap, global market cap, has dropped by a few decimal points here. So it was 1.2 something, and now it's 4, so it's dropped a little bit. However, on the Bitcoin yesterday, I think we had about $18 billion, so we can see $2 billion has flooded in. However, the market is 6% down, and we'll talk more a little bit on that one, on the market cap and everything. But Ethereum taking a big hit. Again, this is what I was talking about. Ethereum, we've got all the EIP and everything next month, but none of this makes any sense. Like someone's holding on, right? But what you can see is if you look at yesterday's video and if you look at today's video, the money that has filtered out of this is into this. And then you also see some money filtering out of this into. So that's the kind of a balance we're seeing, where money goes out from one protocol into another protocol. But yeah, there's loads of stuff. This is my you've seen before, where we talked about the total market cap, what we are expecting, and I did expect a dip, and we can see we did have a dip. It brought us down to 1.217, brought us down, but we could expect it to go as low as this 1.12. 1.2, this particular level here. We might even come down here, right? Might have a nice little spike. If the bulls pick it up here, this could be a confirmation that the market wants to reverse. Again, we just got to be, you're either bullish or you're bearish, one or the other. You decide. That's the most important thing. I think you decide what you want to do. I want to show you this one. Actually, no, I'll just show you this one a little bit. Actually, let me just show you what I mean. So this is the RSI divergence line. And currently where we are is the RSI is obviously low, but we can clearly see on the chart the RSI is pushing up, and this is on the 4 hour. Let me move it to daily. All right, so we were bearish here, and now you can see we're starting to pick up. So if you look at this particular area here, and if you start looking at this particular area, we're having a divergence here, and you can clearly see this on the trend line, but more importantly on these colored lines, right? So what I want you to understand is, I think one of the questions somebody asked me pre-show was what would be the strategy to jump in, like, you know, if we were to buy the dip and whatnot, what would be the strategy, and how should we proceed? Well, right now, if you're just buying to hold or anything like this, you can buy at any price, it doesn't matter, right? That's the most important thing, it doesn't matter. But if we did see a drop, remember the 28,700 and something, 754 is still on play, right? So we could expect to see it go as low as this, and this is a very, very bearish candle. We are expecting to go to that 20k, right? We might see some resistance here, some support here, but ultimately, let me turn the drawing off. You can see that we are going to be facing this particular area here. Now that's all because of how this specific trend line has been playing, and I will show you this on a 4-hourly because it looks a lot better. So let me show you what I mean. Right, there's a lot of data here. I just want to show you to understand what we're looking at. So one of the most important data we need to look at is this particular area here. So this line here, this line here, this is the kind of a edge. Look carefully, this is technically a wedge, and we're struggling to right now. So this is a larger wedge and this is the mini wedge. In the mini wedge, we kind of broke back into it, but we were above it all this time last few days ago until recently entered back into it. So that is obviously not really bullish at all, right? This is very bearish. This is why I'm thinking that we are going to go and touch these bottom lines here. We could possibly come down and touch our bottom level, right? And we've been following this pattern for some time, and we are expecting to even touch this particular area. The bounce would be around this. This is the 28. We could have this anytime. Now, if you were to buy, and this is all I'm going to say, if you were to buy, if you follow this indicator, you can actually use it. Also, if you wanted to, there's another way of doing it actually. If you just use the SRC, so we have the SRC. Do we have the SRC here? No, let me get rid of this. Trade the SRC. Leave the Gaussian now as well. Don't need the Gaussian. Oh, where is it? Activate. I'll show you what. And we go on the daily just to show you. Oh, sweet. Right, so you can see here on the SRC. So if you were to use the SRC and the RSI together, you can use them in combo. And the RSI, the one I want you to use, not MFI, I want you to use this particular RSI. This one here. RSI divergence, this one here. This is a really, really good indicator. Just use this and right. Use this RSI indicator, and this is showing you. So this RSI divergence will show you if we're bearish. Even then, it's actually still very, very bearish, because as you can see, just entered the support. We held it, but that's not going to hold for long, and I can tell you this already, right? So it does bring us back to this 28k level. So we will see that 28k, right? Whatever happens, we'll see, and that's because, see here, long time ago, we did find support. We're going to follow this support and follow through. Other than that, there's not really much going on. So if you were to buy or put a buy order, and this is no financial advice, obviously, if you are to put a buy order, I would recommend putting around this 28.539 level, maybe even slightly lower, like the 28 or 28.5, something like this, right? The reason is, if you want to really pick it up, you want your order to be filled, you want to be slightly lower. So what you're doing is, when the market dips, it doesn't initiate your trade. However, when the market's moving back up, it picks up, right? So that should be your trigger to enter the market if you are. And then just observe, because I'm personally just advising everybody just to hold back. If you got cash, just hold back, because you have, after this level, as you can see, you don't have really much significant support. We can even take a dive and go all the way down to that 25k level, right? If we do it on a 4-hourly, maybe later. No, even then, no, we can't see it. So that 24k level is a crucial level. So we might actually come down to the 24k. And what I'm doing is I'm following this particular area here. So if you look carefully, let me activate this area here. show you. You see this particular zone here, this zone here. If I was to do this, you can see it brings us up to here. So this is the kind of a level we would be expecting, the worst case scenario. Obviously, if like the strategy I will play is a slightly weird one, and I'll do it on purpose. But what I will do is, if it was me, right? So if I'm doing, I'm not buying anything, I'm not buying any dips, I'm just holding. Cash is king right now, just hold on to us. But the point is, if we see a 28k, I'll put about 50%. So whatever my buying portfolio is, I'll put about 50% on the 28k level. I'll put the rest of it on the bottom of this channel, just in case we do have a wick, right? So we've got a wick here at the 22k. So I'll actually definitely put a 22k partially, so I can stagger in. And even if it did go down, then at least I'm dollar cost averaging down. And remember, don't put all your money. Always try and keep at least 50% of your funds free, just in case it dips even further. Then pick it up. There's no harm in that, right? So that would be the strategy right now. And also all of these support levels, I've been looking at the different support ranges. Currently, I mean, the 30k is a very strong support. I'll be honest with you, 30k is a very strong support. On the upside, you can see the resistance, current resistance is sitting at the 31,800. That's where the resistance is. And for us to actually flip this trend, we need to first obviously get this number, but we used to flip over this particular candle here, which is 32,500. We've got a long way to go. Right now, if you're a hodler, just hodl. If you're a buyer and you've made some money, well, technically you can actually sell and then buy the dip, because we are going to have a dip. This is inevitable. There's going to be a dip before, so there's going to be a dump before the pump. Very simple. It's coming. There's no stopping this particular pump. So just observing, double check on what. But yeah, I mean, you know, remember the 28k is definitely a range. I would do it as a staggered way of entering. So for example, if you've got £100, just as an example, you know, 100 or 10,000, whatever, what you do is you keep 5,000 or 50% of that money away. You do not touch anything. Keep that away. No financial advice. The other 50% that you have, split that into two and have two different orders. If not, have three orders, right? But the more orders you have at different price levels, at least one of them is bound to have. But remember, one of your orders should be about, say for example, it was say £100. One of your orders should be for about £25 on the most ridiculous price. What I mean? So have something on the most ridiculous price. That's why you're holding that cash. The ridiculous price should be, say for example, if we're expecting 22, put a ridiculous price at 19. So what you're doing is you want to buy the wick. That's what you're trying to do. Try and do this, and that will help. Oh, there's no point. Actually, let's do something else. So let's talk about Ethereum. I'm sorry, I'm just a little bit tired. Very good. Ethereum taking a dump. So Ethereum, I mean, you can see is taking a dump. This is Monday week beginning. I don't see any bullish nature. I see the the bears are in more gold here. So that 17k mark we were expecting definitely is coming now. There's no stopping it. If you look carefully, this particular line deleted just to show you, to prove to you. Talked about this on another video. Bam. We actually spoke about this particular specific line, another video. We did put it as a target. You can see we are going to come. This is exactly where. So again, same story. If you're going to buy, put one slightly on this or slightly above this, and put one just below this. You know, even maybe a couple $100. Put one below this. In fact, we've got a lovely little range here already. So if we were to put a little buy order, the range is quite deep actually. Wow. Okay. So I've already got a line here. Funnily, I've got the line at 1447, which is previous all-time high. If we did have anything, this particular range, if we put it here, it would be this range, be this specific range. You can put a buy order within any of these prices and it goes on. Right. So is there any questions, guys? Is there any questions? I don't even know how many people are watching. Right? Just carrying talk. If there's any questions, let me know. Doesn't matter where you send them in. Okay. So yeah. So answer is there was some other person or not. So what was this? Brother asked. Check. Okay. So I've got the BTC, I've got the Ethereum. Now let's see. We're going to talk about Cardano. Let's get Cardano. I hope this was kind of explained enough, but I'll explain more. There's another part to this question. I'll explain that to you. Let's look for Cardano ADA. Let's do ADA. Okay. ADA. You know what? We'd be lucky if we get it at $1. I've got a feeling we'd be lucky if we get it at $1, because every single targets that we've ever set up are all pointing towards this $1. There's like a little convergence forming here. $1. I think this would be it. $1. Cardano is not going to really get affected, in my opinion, solely because of all of the news, especially with Alonso and everything as well. It's just not going to get affected. I think there's going to be a big push, because a lot of money is going to leave. Right now, if Ethereum looks very bearish, when you go to the next best one like Cardano, Polkadot, or even Binance, jump onto those. I mean, Binance today should pump, right? Let's see what it does. I will take a good look at it again. Once again, let me look at Binance. Nope, no pump yet. So there should be a pump once the news spreads. Should be a nice little pump and go from there. But so far, Cardano, again, I think $1 is a good target. Anything below $1 with the worst case scenario we're looking at, and we did see this last time as well. We put this Fibonacci 1618 is telling us on the downside the lowest we could possibly have is 69-cent coin. That would be a bargain. This is when I'm going to go all in. $1 would be a range that I would definitely look. What did the brother ask? How the dip down will work. Dip down is very simple. You see, what you have to understand is how the market plays you, right? And in order to understand this, let's switch coins on. Right, what you need to understand is how and what how the market plays you. Okay, so we need to go in the past a little, go back in the past a little bit, just so you can understand. Because obviously there's a lot of data points here, and this is how you need to understand how the market plays you. Okay, so the market itself, patterns like this, you see patterns here, sideways patterns here, they're quite regular stuff that you will see. Okay, where the market will, it go parabolic. So you can see I'm kind of squeezing all of this in there, and we're still seeing the same thing. So the market will tend to go a little bit up and then go sideways a little bit and then continue moving up, and it will do these kind of dips all the time, right? To the point where it comes to a certain level. So this area here, imagine this to be here. It's going to do this one last dip. It will do this one last dip and scare the life out of everybody. So the last few people who are in the market, weak hands, who have not experienced anything like it, who are still holding in kind of hope, right? Oh, BTC is going to go to 100k, because we are going to go to 100k. Question is when. It's not an if, it's when we're going to go, right? So obviously anybody who's impatient, those are the guys who are going to lose. Anybody impatient are going to lose, right? I mean, market cap itself, we might even see the market cap come down here. It doesn't matter. Market cap could easily come down to 700 to this particular level here, which is the 600 billion. Market cap could have 600 billion. So that would lose 50% from where we are now. It could easily come down. But that's the exact time when everybody panic sells, everybody messes their pants up, and that's when the market recovers and moves on. There's an accumulation phase and there's a buying phase. And this would be one of those, is like, you just buy. When we get to that level, you buy whatever currency you like, you buy, because the whole market, entire market will. So we could easily see something like this. But I think so far everybody in the game, in the market, we are seeing too many bullish divergences, which is why we're expecting the market probably won't react like this. Probably this was it. You've got your, if you do all of this, you look at this A, B pattern just here. We're just about to do our next move, and the next move could easily go up. So remember I talked about how some patterns are showing up on this, and this looks like a bit of a distribution pattern, where ultimately everybody thinks it's going to go down, but it doesn't. It just stands up moving up. So we might see this. The pattern I'm expecting to something like this, coming down here, up again. So Still a lot to expect. Obviously, not quite yet. I mean, this definitely is going to, when we hit that $1 trillion total market cap, people are going to freak out because all of the coins in the game will be in, right? And that's when we will see the money pumping, right? The money pumping. I mean, look at this volume here, 56. That's what we used to do in the bear markets, right? In the bear market. Now, am I indicating that we're in a bear market? No, absolutely not, because I don't see a bear market. I don't see a bear market. I'll be honest with you. Let me switch this off. Let me go on a weekly. All of this off. Do I see a bear market? I don't. I just see basically that we have had a little bit of a correction, which is pretty healthy to have. You can't just, go all the way. Somebody's got to make money and somebody's got to lose money, right? That's the name of the game. It doesn't matter what game you're on. If people were just buying Bitcoin, from, years ago, whatever, like just buying and holding, well, you're fine. See what I mean? You didn't jump in to trade it. But since trading, buying and selling Bitcoin became a business for some people, even traders, right? Myself, I'm a trader, remember, and I don't just do spot trading or leverage trading. I even do buy and sell to customers, obviously. So when you're doing all of this stuff, you understand that, it's lucrative for you to get in and out. Like for me right now, I can buy a BTC and sell a BTC and keep the margin. And there's good margins to be made. And I'm telling you, you can buy for, say, for example, I bought a coin for 20K, right? Just as an example, say I bought for a 20K worth of Bitcoin. I can still sell the 20K's worth of Bitcoin. However, still make some Satoshis there. And that's the key. That's the key. A lot of people, we do this, right? So obviously when we're playing the market and we're moving up, we're moving from here. Some people who are in the trade, and I stopped trading around here. Around here I stopped buying and selling. I did do some buying and selling roughly here until the banks caused me a bit of an issue, but normally around here I just stopped and I said, just everyone, doesn't matter. But the point is when you go up to these levels, you've got to take profit, because the key is, a lot of people forget, right? You've got to take your profit. If you don't take your profits out, you're going to get burned, you're going to get destroyed, so anybody, any smart money that started buying here would have taken profit here. Anyone who bought it here would have taken profit here. Anyone who bought it here would have taken profit here. And that's how you see your dips as well. Remember, these are profit-taking areas. These are exactly where profit take. Obviously, when we came up to here, a lot of people saw the pump and they said, right, we've got to take profit. Everybody that's been in profit in this area, if you're holding, that's a different story. But if you've been in profit in this particular area, right, and you took your profit out, and guess what? Everybody's waiting right now around these levels here. Everybody's waiting to pick up that one last dip. That's what it is. They're just waiting to pick up that one last dip. Because remember, I told you that there's a point where, let me see if I can show it to you. Let me just show you this, right? So remember, I told you there's a point where if we enter, we gotta sell your house, right? This is one of those. There's no financial advisor is. But when we enter these zones, right? This is when, look, we entered this zone. It's bearish, so you just stand still. When we re-enter this green zone, and when we start moving into this median line here, this is when you basically end up selling your house. So this is what everybody's waiting for. I mean, right now, it's just going to dip further until it hits this particular level here, possibly. If not, it's going to rebound, but this is going to be the resistance. As soon as we have one candle above this,